What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Y'all know who it is. You know what it is, man. It's your boy Big June. I'm back with it. Here with another episode of Big June Sports Talk, man. Where sports discussion becomes sports debates and so on and so on, man. Where we discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything and anything in the sports world, I touch on this platform, man. You know, excited today for Game 5 of the Knicks-Cavaliers series. Hopefully we can close it out and move on to the second round, right? And hopefully the New York Rangers will get their footing back and, you know, take care of business in Game 5 out there in Jersey and come back home and wrap it up at the Garden, right? In a perfect world, right? But you know, as a Jet fan, as a long-suffering Jet fan, your boy Big June he's excited. You know, I can't hide it. I definitely can't. You know why? Aaron Rodgers is finally a New York Jet. All the speculations, the month, whatever it took to get the deal done. Joe Douglas, Woody Johnson, strapped it down and got it done. A lot of people, you know, were furious and, you know, confused as far as the trade package, right? The swap of the first round pick, a second round pick, the one that we acquired in the trade for Elijah Moore, and a conditional second that turns into a first if he plays 65% of the snaps. Now, if you're a real football head and you've been following, then you know Aaron Rodgers is one of them guys. He's going to gut it out. He's going to do what he has to do for the better of the team. Similar to Brett Favre, right? So I know us fans, us old heads, who were Jet fans when Brett Favre was acquired, all the optimism, the 8-3 start, the Super Bowl aspirations, right? Now here we are, 2023, acquiring another Green Bay quarterback. This one, Aaron Rodgers, a four-time NFL MVP. Yeah, and I was listening to some of these analysts, Skip, Shannon, Colin Coward, Nick Wright, saying not the facts, the stats, or the numbers as far as the conference championship games, the record after winning the Super Bowl. What has he done for us lately? Couldn't win the game against Detroit at the end of the season with a playoff berth at stake. Yeah, I get it. I understand all that. There were also whispers of him being injured. You know, so that affected his throwing motion, his mechanics. Not an excuse or justification, because he's the Jet now, but it is what it is. So now, us Jet fans, do we really expect to see the four-time NFL MVP as far as the play of Aaron Rodgers? He's near 40 years old, right? So a lot of people saying that's the steep price for a 40-year-old quarterback who could be on a one-year rental. So now when you think about that, a one-year rental, surrendering the swap of the first-round pick, the second-round pick, the conditional second the year after, Woody Johnson and company had to know that Aaron Rodgers was committed for at least 2 years. Throughout all the conversations, right? It had to. It led to the hiring of Nathaniel Hackett, right, as the offensive coordinator, who was Aaron Rodgers' offensive coordinator when he won back-to-back MVPs, right? The last MVP run he had. They signed Allen Lazard, top wideout target on Green Bay, to give him a little comfort, familiarity as far as the quarterback receiver, right? And to spread his knowledge of the offense as far as what Aaron Rodgers expects from his receivers, right? And they also flirted with acquiring Odell Beckham. Everything and anything to accommodate your star quarterback. Which led me to believe, it really did, lead me to believe that Aaron Rodgers was going to play at least 2 years with the Jets. At least 2 years. So now, knowing that Aaron Rodgers is here before the draft, which is a couple of days away, all eyes are on Joe Douglas once again. I mean, the sentiment around the room is, or the elephant in the room is that we're going to go offensive tackle once again with the 15th pick. You know, I also seen this mock draft that was completed after Aaron Rodgers was acquired by the Jets, right? So in that mock draft, our first two selections were offensive line. And I'm going to be honest with you, your boy Big June, I'm all right with that. Because if we're going all in, if it's Super Bowl bust, You have to protect your prized possession, and that's your star quarterback, an aging star quarterback. So now, first round, 15th pick. Could it be the offensive lineman from Ohio State? Or is it the offensive lineman from Georgia? I mean, you look at both programs, either way, you feel good making that selection. Knowing Georgia, back-to-back national championships, that program playing at a high level, competing like against universities such as Ohio State. So when you look at the caliber, I know the stigma as far as drafting Ohio State offensive players when it came to that or overall, but that stigma and that stereotype has been broken. And if us Jet fans who were still skeptical of Ohio State fans, as far as that, our reigning offensive rookie of the year is Garrett Wilson from the Ohio State University. Now, there's also whispers of maybe us getting another weapon for Aaron Rodgers as far as the wideout from Ohio State. Now, if they go that route, would I be upset? I mean, if the offensive lineman of our choice is there, yeah, I'm going to be upset because there's enough weapons at his disposal when you look at the offense, from the tight ends to the running backs. Let's not forget, Breece Hall is coming back. Our wide receivers might not be the scariest, but to my knowledge of being a Jet fan, looks like this is the deepest it's been in a while. Since the days of Jericho Cotchery, Braylon Edwards, Santonio Holmes. Pick your poison, right? Dustin Keller. It's enough to go around. So if you're looking to accommodate Aaron Rodgers and keep him right and motivated, offensive line has to be the first pick. And it might have to be the second round, unless a safety who wasn't supposed to drops. Because if you're going from an area of need, offensive line should be 1, 2, and 3. We just acquired Aaron Rodgers. You see what was done with the line as far as the quarterback play last season. 7 wins. AVT coming back from injuries. Mekhi Becton, we don't know what to expect. We would love to pencil him in on the blind side of Aaron Rodgers, but we can't do that. We will not do that. So, Dwayne Brown, aging veteran. Any snap could be his last snap. So, it is crucial if it is Super Bowl or bust. Because the mentality for all Jet fans is now we have Aaron Rodgers. That was the missing piece. We're no longer talking about making the playoffs. It's about winning the Super Bowl. That window, that gap, could it be done? Are we trying to just replicate the same formula that Tampa did with Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford with the Rams? I mean, your boy Big Junior gladly traded it all in. Trade all the draft pick, all the capital we could have for a Super Bowl. Could you imagine the mystique and legacy Aaron Rodgers would cement in New York if he captures the Super Bowl for the New York Jets? Could you even think about how wild it is, me even mentioning Super Bowl, New York Jets in the same conversation? As far as everything that's transpired, and it's still a couple of questions that need to be answered. What are we going to do with Corey Davis? Is he staying? Is he a cap casualty? He wasn't part of the trade, right? So what do we do with Corey Davis as far as that salary? They're saying that the Jets picking up the $58.3 million off Aaron Rodgers' contract, they could convert it into a signing bonus and could possibly free up close to 40-point-something million in cap space. So now when you look at that, is that safe to say that Carl Lawson is safe for now? What do they do with that money once it's converted to a signing bonus? And it's available for us Jet fans to see and hope that we re-sign Quan Alexander, that we give Quentin Williams his extension, that we continue to add pieces on both sides of the ball. If that $40 million is freed up in cap space, I mean, Quan Alexander, you have to pay him. He won't take the minimum, again, after the great year he had. He had a solid year contributing for the New York Jets linebacking corps, right? So do you bring him back into the fold? Do you go after Woods, the defensive lineman for Seattle, who's still out there? He came in for a visit. He left without a contract. What do we do to keep improving the roster? And if Aaron Rodgers' salary does get converted to a signing bonus and we have a surplus of money all of a sudden, you have to re-sign Quan Alexander for that defense. He's familiar with the schemes, comfortable in Robert Saleh's plays. You have to bring him back into the fold, right? You have to give Quentin Williams his extension. You have to. Pay the boy. Pay that young man. Pay him. It's that time, Joe Douglas. But again, as far as Aaron Rodgers, it's a great time to be a New York Jet. Yes, I'm excited. I want to contain it. I want to say yes, it is Super Bowl aspirations for me. But, being a long-suffering Jet fan, I seen what happened with Brett Favre. I seen, when we were loaded. The Rex Ryan little era. So it is what it is. I'm keeping my hopes up high, though. And I expect us to compete at a high level. And all of a sudden, all these analysts and experts putting us in the upper echelons of the AFC with Kansas City, Cincinnati, Buffalo. It feels good to be in that conversation in general. But the overall picture is you got to prove it on the field every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, right? That sounds funny, but it is what it is. And it's no longer any given Sunday. But as far as Aaron Rodgers, who are we going to get? Is he coming to the voluntary workouts? Is he going to set the tone on his leadership? Because New York is a whole different beast. Is he ready for that? Is he ready to embrace everything that comes with being a New York Jet? The pressure's just been mounted. So, if he comes with a chip on his shoulder, with something to prove, a lot of people counting him out. Green Bay practically opened the door and brisked him out. Did that leave a bad taste in his mouth? And if so, we will be the recipients of him torching the NFL this season. It's must watch. New York Jets have become must watch TV. It is what it is. Aaron Rodgers, 4-time NFL MVP, is the new quarterback of the New York Jets. Your boy Big June, I'm excited, man. It is what it is. Listen, I'm not going to keep going. It is what it is. Be on the lookout for that draft. Hopefully Joe Douglas knocks it out the park like he did last year. And we get the offensive line. We get all help we need in every area of both sides of the ball. And hopefully Robert Saleh is up for the task. Because right now, everything has been ante up. So, it's Super Bowl bust for a lot of us Jet fans, right? And the saying goes, listen, let's go Jets. Let's take flight. It is what it is. It's your boy Big June. Before I get out of here, all my family and friends in New York, stay safe, stay sharp, stay blessed, stay alert, stay on point. All my family and friends in the pen. Some of y'all getting out, some of y'all going in. This is a revolving door. We still praying for you on this side. I'm out of here, man. One.